have a Common Roots beer. Common Roots I haven't really drank actually in quite a while. I think the last time I had them was this beer. And that was like 2.5 years ago. There are just so many breweries. They do the hazy, super dry hop style, but it's not really that super hazy. It's not usually. But I feel like they're one of the cool small 4-pack 16-ounce can brewers, like about 4 years ago. But now everyone's doing it. So this one is canned 10 days ago, very fresh. When I had it a couple years ago, it was 4.5%. Now it's 5%. But it's still just Citra. I think it's single hop. I'm not totally sure. It's at least Citra focused. And let's just do it. Quite pale. Not the brightest color. And as you can see, it's pretty hazy. But I can see a shadow of my finger through there pretty well. Head looks okay. Smells pretty good, but they don't seem their yeast is not huge, but it's definitely throwing in some esters. And it's a little different from some of the sweeter, murkier type Citra beers. It's more citrusy. It's not vanilla, creamsicle, thick, sort of gloopy smell. I guess this is gloopy a smell. I don't know. It does have some tropical notes in there. Yeah, citrus is just such an awesome hop. What is that? There's something really particular. It's not passion fruit. It's almost like, it's not bubble gum, it's juicy fruit, I guess, something like that. Juicy fruit gum. Which I feel like it comes out of Citra often, but it's something that seems like it's close to a Belgian yeast aroma, but I don't think it's coming from the yeast. It's probably, just the super complicated interaction between the yeast and hops and even the malt. Probably because it's super fresh, but has a pretty big flavor. It reminds me a little bit of like the Citra quality you get from Trillium Fort Point or Idle Hands Four Seam, but in a session IPA basically. The body's pretty light, but it's not your watery, tiny little session IPA body. And this reminds me a little bit of Left of the Dial. Not just super popular session IPA, but that one's smaller, it has mosaic and some more malt in it. This is sort of in between. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy. Got a little bit of a purple drink, peachy thing happening. Yeah, it's interesting. With these smaller beers that use a lot of Citra, it reminds me, it's more peachy and it reminds me more of like a beer that has mosaic in it. And I don't believe there's any mosaic in this unless they like sprinkle a teeny bit in, because they have, a whole line of session IPAs that, like, there's Galaxy, there's Eldorado. This is pretty good. It's not quite Trillium Small Birds intensity session IPA. And there's a little bit of a yeast tanginess I'm really noticing now that makes it so it isn't a super clean finish, I would say. I mean, a lot of people like this sort of tanginess. It makes it definitely closer to, I would say, Left of the Dial and some of Notch's session IPAs. It's pretty nice. I guess I'd recommend it if you just want. This is one of the better Citra session IPAs you can get on the shelves. It's not very expensive, and right now it's super fresh in the area. Well carbonated too, and there's still a little bit of a capophone happening in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty nice. A little bit of minerally quality in the finish, but not too much. Perfectly fine. I really don't have anything else to say about it. Not ultra exciting, but